Yo, what's happening, people? Back again for another stream. Guys, only a quick one. Obviously, small matter of the Europa League. Manchester United versus Lyon tonight. I believe kickoff's at 8 o'clock. I believe the team news hasn't come out yet. But for me, again, Man United's biggest game of the season so far. Big up, reluctant gamer. Big up, bro, every time. And for me, United have to find a way of getting themselves through this tie into the semi-final. And for me, it's going to be what team he plays. I think this is crucial for me. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give you my lineup, and I'm going to give you the lineup that I think Ruben Amorim is going to play. But big up yourselves. Again, any questions, guys, put that into the live chat. And as I say, make sure you smash that like button. And make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as I say, if you don't agree with my team selection, by all means, tell me why and put that in the chat. So for me, obviously, Andre Onana is going to play in goal. And I do think that's the right decision, if I'm honest. Obviously, at the moment, it's a toss-up between him and Bayinde. I did think Bayinde played okay against Newcastle. Obviously that mistake is going to go against him. But for me, I did want to see Onana come back in. And I think more because Onana obviously will have a big point to prove, and I think if United don't happen to go through this tie, and again, he's at fault for, if he is at fault for that, then again, the criticism will be coming down on him. And I think for sure you can see some movement on Onana in the summer. But I think I've got faith in Onana tonight, and I think that Amorim's made the right call, in recalling him, obviously because of his experience. And again, he is a leader, even though he has made a couple of mistakes. But obviously, I think it's time to get behind Onana, and hopefully he has a good game tonight. So again, this 3-4-2-1 formation, big up Will. For me, I'm not really a massive fan of the 3-4-2-1, if I'm honest. I prefer a 4-3-3 or even a 4-2-3-1. But obviously, he's going to play that same formation, the 3-4-2-1. And for me, the back three, obviously, there's no Matthias de Ligt, and for me, Matthias de Ligt, for me, is a massive miss. So I will play Harry Maguire in the centre of a three. And then either side, I think it's going to be Lenny Yoro. I'd play Lenny Yoro and Nusayr Mazraoui. I'd prefer to see Lenny Yoro, if I'm honest, as a right-sided, as part of the back three. Big up Stanislav Rizov. Do I speak Russian? I don't, but I will get this translated maybe after the stream for yourself, man. But big up. So for me, I would play Lenny Yoro right side the three, left side the three. I'd play Mazraoui. I know Aiden Heaven, I think, is back in training, and he might actually be on the bench today. But for me, I think he might come a bit too early. I think if Aiden Heaven was fit, I'd be happy to see Aiden Heaven, left side of the three, and then have Mazraoui as the right side of the three and play Lenny Yoro in the middle of that three. I would be happy to see that. But I think, obviously, he's not going to be ready. So for me, it'll be Lenny Yoro. I think he'll play left side, Mazraoui right side, and Harry Maguire in the middle. And then moving on to the wing backs. Again, there isn't much option. So I think there's no point really delving into this too much. It's going to be Patrick Dorgu on the left and Diogo Dalot on the right. And for me, I'd much prefer seeing wingers in this system, wingers as the wing backs. But United have got to deal with what they've got at the moment, and it's going to be Dalot and Patrick Dorgu. Whether Amorim goes into the youth and starts blooding them in into the league games remains to be seen. But it's going to be Dorgu and Diogo Dalot at wing backs today, and that's who I'd go for. Now, central midfield is interesting for me. It's very interesting because Casemiro's going to play, and Casemiro has to play because of his experience, and the fact that he didn't play against Newcastle. Again, Amorim has completely rested him for this game, because he knows that this is a game where it's going to be crucial, and Casemiro's recent form and his experience and his big game match experience as well is going to be crucial. And it's who plays alongside him. For me, I would play Bruno Fernandes alongside him. I think having a Bruno and a Casemiro combination rather than Ugarte and Casemiro, I think is going to be important. Again, I'm not a massive fan of Bruno Fernandes, but again, he's been given a new contract, and these are the kind of games that you want to kind of see what Bruno's got to offer and see if he can prove why he's on this wage, which I don't believe he should be. But these are the kind of games when he's going to need to show what he's got to offer, and I think, again, United are going to need to go on the front foot for me and try and put this game to bed early. So I think if you're going to play slightly defensive with Ugarte and Casemiro, I think that's going to set a negative tone to the game straight away. And I think he has to play Bruno in there, as more of an attacking threat in that position of the pitch. And then that moves me to the two and then the striker, Now, this is going to be a bit surprising for some people, and I'm purely basing this off of what's available, because the options in this attacking area is probably the worst I've seen Man United for a while. And for me, there's not really too many options. Obviously, Joshua Zirkzee is injured, out for the season. This is a massive miss, along with Ahmad. I know Ahmad is potentially coming back soon as well. But to have no Ahmad and no Zirkzee in what was left of the attacking options is shocking. And what's available, I think you're having to look at picking between Garnacho, Eriksen, Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund, because Cheeto can't play. Now, for me, I would prefer to see Eriksen as one of the 10s, because I think in a game like this, you're gonna need Christian Eriksen's quality on the ball. You're gonna need his set pieces as well, and you're gonna need his creativity. So for me, and I think what's important for what Man United need to do as well, especially in this game, is control the midfield, control the game. I think if United can get control of the game early on, then that would mean, they could create more chances. Now, the front three that I would pick, which I know he's not going to do, and again, it's going to be more or less based on controlling the game, and nicking it off a set piece, because I don't believe there's nothing in this team that says to me that United are gonna do anything of note. Big up Lehexa Oliver. Yeah, big up, bro. Big up, man. Or big up if you're a girl. I'm not too sure, but big up for subscribing. Now, for me, I'm gonna go, and it's gonna shock people. I'm gonna go for a 2 and a 1. So I would play Christian Eriksen as a left 10. I would play Mason Mount as a right 10. And even though I don't want to see him playing a false 9 again, but I think for United to get control of the game, I wouldn't mind seeing Kobbie Mainoo play there. So Kobbie Mainoo as a false 9, and then you've got Mason Mount as a right-sided number 10, Christian Eriksen as a left-side 10. So for me, I think purely because of controlling the game, this would be a good idea for Ruben Amorim to go forward with. And then if the game's not going the way United want it to, and they need to press home and try and get a goal, that's when you've got the options of Garnacho and Højlund off the bench, where their legs might be quite crucial later on in the game. Fresh legs. That's the way that I would go. So I would go Andre Onana in goal. The three centre-backs of Harry Maguire in the middle. Nusayr Mazraoui on the right or the left. And the same with Lenny Yoro on the left or the right. Then the two wing-backs of Patrick Dorgu on the left. Diogo Dalot on the right. Then I'd go with a Casemiro and a Bruno central midfield. And then the two 10s and the striker or the false 9. I will go Christian Eriksen from the left, Mason Mount from the right, and then a Kobbie Mainoo as a false 9. And I think if he was to play this team, and get control of the game, I think United will have a better chance of, for me, progressing through. But the team that I think he's going to play, I think he's going to play, well, Onana's already been confirmed, but I think he'll play back three, which is the same of what I've done in terms of Lenny Yoro, Mazraoui, either side of Harry Maguire, Dalot and Dorgu. So I think he'll play those five definitely. The midfield, you know, he could either play Casemiro, Ugarte, or he'll play Casemiro and Bruno, because he's either going to play Bruno as a left 10 or in midfield. And I think he might play Casemiro and Ugarte. I think he might play Casemiro and Ugarte as a midfield two for protection. And then I think he's going to play Bruno, Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund. And I think you'll have Mason Mount and Kobbie Mainoo on the bench as impact subs. So I think that's the way he's going to go. So I think he'll go with, as I said, Onana, Yoro, Maguire, Mazraoui, Dorgu and Dalot as the wing backs, Bruno, Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno, left 10, Garnacho, and then Rasmus Højlund. And I think that's the way he'll start the game. In my opinion, if he starts that team, the one that he wants to play, which I've just done, I think United don't go through because there's no ball retention up there. At least with Kobbie, you can trust Kobbie to keep the ball. But I think if he plays Rasmus Højlund there, the pressure's going to be on because he's got two physical centre-backs in Lyon and the ball will keep coming back and United ain't going to be able to sustain any pressure on Lyon's goal, you know, and it's going to be a lot of work for the defence. So I think it's crucial that he plays Kobbie Mainoo as a false nine and plays Eriksen and Mason Mount to get control of the game in the midfield as well, because these guys are midfielders. So, you know, if you can get these guys, you know, as part of that front three, but to dominate the midfield, and then if you want to change the game and bring on a bit more pace in the final third, I think that might be a better way to go for Ruben Amorim. But guys, one thing's for certain. If Man United don't win this game, you've heard it here first. For me, there's no way Ruben Amorim can stay. You know, he stays to the end of the season, and then for me, he has to go because the way United have been performing this season, you know, where they find themselves currently in the league, not winning Europa, for me, he has to go. And I think you give him to the end of the season, and then Ineos, if they've got anything about them, will need to pull that plug. How do I see the game going today? I think if he starts the team that I think he's going to start with the Højlund up top and then Garnacho on the right and then Bruno as a left 10, I think United go out tonight. That's my opinion. If he starts the team, which I think with Kobbie Mainoo as a false nine, and again, I don't want to see Kobbie playing false nine no more, but I think for this game, because there's no attackers, there's no Xerxes, should I say, I think starting him won't be a bad idea. But if he goes with the team that I said, you know, I can see United at least taking it to extra time, you know, and obviously penalties a lottery. But I think they'll have a good chance of doing something more serious rather than the team that I think he might start, you know. So I'm going to say, if it's my team that he picks, I'm going to say, I'll say 2-1 United if he picks the team, or I'll say 2-1 United or 1-0 United if he picks the team that I'd like him to pick. If he picks the team with Højlund and Garnacho, I'm going to say 1 or 2-0 Lyon. Because let's not forget, Lyon had chances in that first leg, you know. They had chances. I know Onana was at fault for a couple of the goals, but Lyon did have chances, you know. And the fact that United they've got a lack of quality in this squad at the moment. You know what I mean? It's going to be panic stations, I believe. But I'm going to say Lyon for me. I think Lyon edged the game, you know. But I hope United can obviously surprise us and, you know, surprise everyone, I would say. But we'll have to wait and see what lineup he's going to pick. But yeah, guys, big up yourselves for coming on. Big up. It's only meant to be a quick stream. So Glutton Gamer says he predicts 2-1 United. Bro, I hope you're right. I mean, I'm not too confident, I'll be honest, because I need to see what team he's going to play. And if he plays the team that I think he's going to play, I can see problems there, you know. But big up to Lehexa Oliver and to Regiu Carla, and big up to Stanislav Rizov as well. So guys, as I said, big game tonight, you know. I will be doing my match reaction, if not straight after. If not straight after the game, then I will do one. Tomorrow. So I will schedule it. But I'm hoping to go live straight after the game, but I'll have to wait and see. I might have a couple of things to do after. But as I said, if you do enjoy the stream, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Put that notification on as well, guys. And as I said, I might join you after the stream if you want to go live and discuss the fallout of the game. Or if not, make sure you check my schedule for when I'm going to do my match reaction. It's going to be interesting one way or another. But big up yourselves, and I'll catch you guys in a bit.